Hey guys, Wellen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Voyager class Megatron right here. And I have to say off the bat, when I first opened this figure out of the box, I was not a fan of it. But after a couple of times transforming him, really loosening his joints up, and just posing him around, he is a great figure. Honestly, one of my favorite Megatron figures that I ever had, and we'll get more into that later. But first off, let's take a look at accessories. He does come with a saber that has a couple of different possibilities, but mostly, first off, you can put it in his hand like this, and that's pretty cool to have for him right there. You can also put it on the side of his arm if you choose to do that, just like his other cannon, like that. So that's pretty nice as well. What's also cool is for the transformation, the blade does pop back. So if you want to get a little creative and make it look really cool, you can actually just pop that on like that. So he has two blasters like that. The blade does stick up high, and of course he does come with his original blaster on his arm right there, and which is pretty nice. Not too big, not too small, but it's pretty good. It does rotate. It's basically on a peg also, just like the other one, so you could put it anywhere you want. You could put it up here. You could put it even on his back to rest if he's not using it, just like that. So that's pretty cool. Size comparison time. So here he is with the Optimus Prime from the same line right there. We have the older generations Grimlock right here. And actually, I had a size comparison with them before for his review, and I actually had him badly posed. He's actually a little bit taller than Optimus, which is nice to see for once. Side by side right here, as you can see. Just a tad taller, which is nice. Not that noticeable, but it's definitely right there. On par. I mean, his body is a lot bigger. Definitely you can notice that. His neck doesn't seem to be the longest though, but he does have a little bit slight edge in size compared to Optimus. Now for another size comparison, here he is with Starscream and Galvatron from previous generations of the Transformers line, and the size comparison isn't that bad. He's a little bit smaller obviously than Galvatron here. With Starscream, he is on par. He is a little bit shorter, just a tad, but definitely a lot wider and probably more intimidating than Starscream because he looks pretty skinny or thin right here compared to Megatron. I mean, but they're pretty much on par though, not the big difference. I'm pretty sure overall Starscream will still fear him. And for last size comparison, I actually want to throw in Optimus from the Power of the Primes because, this guy looks awesome. He pretty much reminds me of the one from Power of the Primes, Return of the Titans, and stuff like that. He just looks, I don't know, more buff, what it is. He doesn't look that typical skinny looking, really tall, slim Megatron. And they made him a little bit wider looking, broader chest. I have no idea what it is, but it looks fantastic. But here he is in beast mode, and now here he is transformed into robot mode, and he is significantly taller than them two as Voyagers. He pretty much is a leader class figure overall. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's pretty accurate to how it was even in the miniseries they had. Alright, so let's take a look at this guy. Like I said before, I am a big fan of this figure. Easily becoming one of my favorite figures so far of 2019, if you want to say that. It's early, but yeah. I don't know what it is. I think his whole body proportion is a lot better. Everything looks nice. I like the bigger chest, if you want to call it a chest. Nice big legs, nice arms. I think everything comes together really well. I don't know what it is. It just looks nice. In the back here, he does have a backpack, if you want to call it that. This is tank threads, but not bad looking. It actually looks pretty decent, not overbearing. And especially the front part, I like how it's silver over here, so it's a nice design. Alright, so taking a look up close at his face sculpt, it is nice and sharp looking. Classic G1 Megatron, which looks pretty good. Not much else to say right there. He does have his standard Decepticon logo in the front right there. Looks pretty good. He does have the paint weathering on him as well, just like the Optimus Prime figure. I was experimenting on how to take it off. I took a lot off over here. I used two things actually. I used the Mr. Clean sponge and wiped it right off. You do have to put some elbow grease in there, but it does work. Also some paint thinner works pretty decent also. So you have a couple options if you really do want to take it off. It bothered me more in Optimus. It doesn't bother me that much on Megatron though, but There it is. In the paint scheme, pretty much he's just a black and gray figure. He does have some red apps over here and here. Not too bearing, but it looks pretty nice overall. And looking at the body overall, you still might actually think he transforms into a gun, but he doesn't. You know, he's a tank. Because I like how they've added a little small details to make you think he still is a gun. He had like those little back ends right here that would be on the gun, so it looks pretty cool. Going down to the rest of the body, nice big legs, lower legs right there. He does have some paint apps there as well. And like I said before, he is a tank. He does have the threads back here and back here, but they're not that noticeable. They don't really look like tank threads, so they conceal it really well. Going to articulation, he does have a ball joint in the head, and it is also on a panel that actually moves a little bit because of the transformation, which is not bad. You can leave it there. You could also use it to your advantage for more articulation, but as for the ball joint, there's a little bit of movement up and down like that. Left and right, no problem, but if you want to use that panel to get some leverage, it doesn't look that bad. Not a big gap in there, so you don't have to worry about that. But you could point up just a little bit too. Pretty good. That panel does actually help a lot. Going to the shoulders right here, he does have a hinge and rotates at the swivel, so it goes up and down like that, no problem, in and out like that. The little design right here might get in the way of some rotation, so be aware of that. So like it hits over there. But over here at his elbow, he does have a swivel, which acts as the bicep joint, and he does bend 90 degrees at the hinge, so that's pretty good right there. At the wrist, he does have a, I guess you'd call it a hinge, but it's more because of the transformation. Going down to the waist, he does have a waist swivel, so that's really nice. He can rotate left and right, that's pretty good. T-joint in the hips, all the way up, 90 degrees, which is nice. Back, all the way back. Split-wise, no problems there. He does have a thigh swivel. One joint at the knee, but it goes about 90 degrees, which is nice. And at the ankle, he doesn't really have a hinge. It's pretty limited by the design. It does have a pivot, so you do have that, just like the Optimus Prime figure as well. So overall, articulation is pretty decent. The legs, the pivots of the legs help a lot. He has really big feet as well, so you can actually get into nice poses. He's a light figure too, so you shouldn't have that problem. Overall, I don't really have a big complaint. Maybe, like I said before, for the Optimus Prime figure, hinges at the ankles would have been nice. But overall, you can definitely bear with what he has and shouldn't have a problem. Alright guys, so I'm about to go into transformation at the end of this video, but I will end it right here for the people that don't care about that. Overall, it's a great looking figure. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I was more excited for the Optimus Prime when these were released or announced, and then now that I have both of them, I am a bigger fan of this Megatron. I'm a big Voyager class collector overall, so it's always nice to have a decent Megatron and Optimus Prime in my collection. And honestly, I do definitely like this Megatron a lot more. He looks a lot better, great proportions. The backpack, like I said before, kind of really adds to the figure really well. And yeah, overall, just a great looking figure. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want, pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace! Alright guys, it is transformation time, and if you chose to stick around and watch this, thank you very much. So let's go. Make it quick and painless. So if you have his... Actually, I forgot to mention, you can store his weapons in the back there with the other one. But yeah, here we go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's straighten him up first. You want to flip the gun around like that first, and then you want to fold down... fold in the hands like that. I don't do exactly as the instructions per se say, but you get the gist of it overall. Next, you want to go up, bring this up, bring it out like that, as you can see. And you want to bring out the threads and kind of pop, leave them like that for now. Reposition that. Now the arms, bring them back, bring them back, bring them back. Bring them back, and then you can, this tab goes into this arm right here. You can leave the arms just like that. The instructions do say you can actually pop this, I did it too late already. Let's do it earlier. Pop this up like that. Big difference, wow. Okay. Now next you want to fold this part down inward. And there's little tabs right here that fold in Well, actually, first you want to bring this down like that. And then you can bring in the tabs like so. So his head's a little sunken in just a little bit right there. Alright, next what you want to do with the legs, rotate the legs around like so. You want to bring these parts up right here. Bring these parts up right here. And then you want to bring the legs out like that and fold it in. Bring the legs out and fold it in. And now you want to rotate it at the knee right here. Just like that. And then you can bring this tab down, and there is a little bit of a notch right there that clicks into place for that. Same side. Fold this in. Little notch. Just like that. Then the feet, fold it up, fold it up. Turn them around. You got tank mode, Megatron. Alright, so right now he's in tank mode right here. Now you take this piece and you want to flip it around. There are notches in it down here as well, so you kind of have to spread it open just to get out of the notch before you rotate it back. Don't break it. So bring it forward like so. And then you stick it underneath right here. And this part goes into the blaster like that. And now he's in full tank mode, ready to rumble. And it does swivel, which is pretty good too. So it's a nice added bonus right there. It's a decent tank mode. I like it. Looks pretty good overall. And yeah, there you go. Alright, so quickly going backwards, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We'll make it ugly though. We always do. So let's flip them back up. Same way, kind of unhinge it. Unhinge both sides. Lift this up, and you gotta unfold it. It's gonna be ugly, but it is what it is. I try to make it not ugly, but it just happens that way. Yeah, that looks horrible. Can't do that smooth ever. And bring this in, bring this in. Bring out the feet. Bring out the feet. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I wanna go. There you go. Yeah. Alright, where was I? Flip back to the torso. Now you want to work up here again. You want to kind of bring this up a little bit, like that. Fold this back, like so. And leave it like that for now, because we're bringing back the arms. Unhinge the arms. Bring them forward. And now the back part. All these peg in, so you'll see where it goes when you fold it back. All folded nicely in place. Bring up the head a little bit. And the hands. And now the blaster. And fold these down. And there you go. So that is Megatron in a nutshell. Like I said, I like this figure a lot. He is surprisingly pretty awesome and fun. And you can definitely get into nice poses. And when you get into these poses, that's where he really shines, I feel like. It looks like a mini awesome masterpiece, honestly. It looks nice. And yeah. Alright guys, thank you for watching. This is the end. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want. Just pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.